We are doing a VOD review of Biomedic, a Diamond 1 EU West NEEKO support main. Well, I don't know if they're NEEKO support main, but they're playing NEEKO support in Diamond 1 EU West, and we're doing a VOD review. So to start things off, versus a Leona and a Samira, against Samira in general, I would take Exhaust usually. Especially the fact that your ADC didn't take heal. You basically have no defensive summoner as NEEKO, and you're very, very susceptible of getting all-in bursted. So I definitely would have took Exhaust into this lane. There's also a Lee Sin and a Kha'Zix, so there's lots of good targets in team fights. Also, I think not taking Time War Tonic into a lane like this also is a very mistake, because again, an all-in level 1 or 2, it can be game-changing. Let's turn off Fog of War for the enemy team.
Minions have spawned.
And let's turn on objective timers, Pog. Okay. So it sucks they didn't have to leash. So already, I would say you're playing kind of passive. I don't know what you're scared about with Leona. First of all, she took Q, but even if she took E, you should have already been pressuring their ADC. Even without empowered autos, you can still pressure her and auto attack her and try to fight people for the bush, right? So because you can't place your ward in the bush because you don't know if Leona has Q or not. But here, you're playing super safe already. Like, already, you should be walking up and just auto attacking their ADC. An auto for auto trade here is fine, right? If you walk up here and auto attack her, or she has to walk backwards, what's the counterplay to autoing here, right? She has how much AD? She has 70 AD. You have 48. So obviously she wins the trade by a little bit, but it's just a winning trade. And then your Vayne can also tumble in and auto her too. If she trades auto for auto with you, Vayne can tumble go in. And there's literally nothing Leona can do level 1. So you walking up and walking backwards, you should just be walking up and going and auto attacking her versus this lane, because there's no counterplay to it. Good auto. Good walking in the bush to de-aggro minion wave. Good auto. Auto there. See, again, you're walking really far away. I get that you walk there and it's your habit for de-aggroing minion wave, but there you could have just walked into this bush, no? And just, like, continued to pressure. Right? So, like, here. Right? And instead of walking backwards, what's the counterplay here? Your J4 is right here, too. Are you that scared of like a level 2 Kha'Zix gank or something? I don't know. I feel like the correct play is you walk forwards into this bush, you take control of this bush, and start auto-attacking them if they don't back up. And if they do back up, now you just control the wave and you hit level 2 first. But by walking backwards here, you give Leona a chance to take control of the bush. And then if Leona takes control of the bush, you're zoned out and you can't hit level 2 for free, right? See exactly what I said happened. They're walking forward and taking control of the bush. If you just walked at them and continued autoing, like, their level 1 is just so much worse than yours. There's no way they can do anything about it. Not all lanes you want to play like that, but like, again, see, you're walking so far back. Play more aggressive. There's no reason to be scared of them level 1. Level 2 is a different story. I would still play aggressive with W up level 2, but oh, nice. So one thing I want to mention is their bot lane didn't leash, it appears. So their jungle should be pathing bot right now. So you really want to be shoving this wave in. Anytime the enemy bot doesn't leash, you should be expecting about a 3-minute gank bot. So you guys, right now, you want to be hard auto-attacking the wave and helping your ADC shove, because you want this wave to hit tower so that you can let it slow push back to you and try to freeze the wave over here, at which point Kha'Zix can't gank you. So like right now, you're not autoing the wave, but you should be. You should be helping your ADC push this wave. Like even your empowered auto, you should just be using it to help your ADC push. Because the worst thing is, since you're not helping your ADC push, their bot lane can freeze it here, right? Now look where the wave is, right? Their jungle, and it's really important at this elo for you to start thinking about this stuff. At this Diamond 1 elo especially, you really need to pay attention. If your lane doesn't leash, you should be expecting the 3-minute gank bot, right? If you would shove this wave in, you guys can just sit back, play passive. You can even walk up and hit this blasting cone and see if you can see Kha'Zix out. But like right now, you're in a terrible spot. Like right now, I can already see like Kha'Zix like coming in right here, and like freaking as he's coming in, Leona just flash EQs onto one of you guys, right? Like this is a terrible spot to be in with Kha'Zix bot side. So again, you should be autoing the wave, help your ADC push right now. And after you guys shove it in, you want to back up. You don't want to pressure this tower here, because again, Your jungler is making a play top. Your weak side, and this is your strong side right now. To be honest, yeah, I think they had to. I don't know if Draven should have. It's hard to say. I feel like your J4 shouldn't have pathed this way anyways. I feel like he should be playing around the Lux Echo matchup and your bot lane matchup. I feel like the Kayle is going to get shoved in, and it's going to be pretty hard for Lee Sin and Kha'Zix to level 3 dive a Kayle under tower. I feel like your jungler should have been pathing bot anyways, but either way, that's besides the point. Kha'Zix is about to finish this and gank your ass. You should be walking up the river and scouting the Kha'Zix out right now instead of like pressuring tower. It ended up not getting punished, but it could very easily be the other way around right now. And Kha'Zix ends up ganking mid. Uh-oh. Another thing that would have happened is if you were scouting out Kha'Zix here and you got vision of Kha'Zix here, your mid laner should have already known Kha'Zix was there anyways because he pathed bot side. But in general, if you walked up and got vision of Kha'Zix as he was doing it, your mid laner might not have died to the gank just because of you walking up. So not really your fault he died, but I'm just saying there was no reason you should have been attacking tower there, and it could have maybe prevented that death. I like you're going for melee for more damage. I don't know if it's worth it though, unless you guys are backing. Because you're just taking free damage for not that much damage onto tower. So shove this wave in and B probably. See, the thing is because you took Ignite, you're super scared. Because if Leona goes on you, you potentially get one shot by Samira. But right now, because you have your W up, you should just be playing aggro. And if Leona W's you, you just insta-stealth so that their ADC can't go in. And once Leona uses her EQ on you, your ADC should be able to just tumble and go straight on their ADC, right? So Leona goes in on you, your ADC goes in on Samira, who's lower HP. You should just auto-win this. And if their ADC waits for you to come out of stealth and go on you out of stealth, you just like ignite her and you just win. Or if you had exhaust, you exhaust her and you just win. But you're playing super scared right now, and I don't know if you have to, considering you know Kha'Zix is topside and your ADC has a huge health advantage. They should never win if they engage on you, as long as you time your W correctly. Good turn. Their ADC should have condemned it. Kill for kill trade. That's where I'm saying if you had exhaust, for who? Biomedic. If you had exhaust, you maybe win that where you don't die. But you also, I think, use your stealth too early, too. Right? Because you're stealthing before the E even hits. Right? So you stealth as soon as she threw the E, but the way you play against Leona is you stealth when she flies into melee range. Now I will say with Samira, you want to do it a bit earlier than later because she gets the ability to hit her thingy off of it. But you're stealthing by the right when it hits you, and you come out of stealth right beside him. Good thing your ADC condemned her away, or else it would have been an insta stun onto you. Your ADC played it really well, to be honest, and saved your ass. And good thing this guy didn't spell shield. If she had spell shield your combo, you would have just lost because of no exhaust. But if she spell shield your root and you exhaust her and then throw your Q on her when the spell shield comes down, you probably still trade kill for kill. So that's why I'm saying versus this lane you might have wanted exhaust. Their ADC is trolling too. She should have exhausted Vayne. The hell? How'd you get all the way up here?
Witness the singularity.
I mean, it's playstyle. There's nothing wrong with boots of mobility, but I just ask what boots of mobility really does this game for you. It makes your lane phase way harder because if you get hit by a Leona E, you just lose all your move speed. If Kha'Zix jumps on you, you lose all your move speed. I don't know if it really helps you that much, but we'll see. It's not bad. I used to run it all last season. I just stopped this season. I prefer... See, arguably though, if you'd gone regular boots, you probably would have been still there to make this play. Arguably, if you had regular pen boots, you probably still get this kill either way. I don't know if it got you this kill or not, but it doesn't matter. Those boots are fine. I just like pen boots now. Unlucky you missed, but good job playing around mid. This is really good macro because your ADC is not even back in lane. Good stuff. Man, you're hard carrying this game. I don't think you back here, to be honest. You have 1k gold, but the reason why it's bad to back here, I feel, is because look at your ADC's wave. The wave's pushing to the enemy, which means if Leona goes straight back bot, Leona zones your ADC from the wave, and your ADC loses a bunch of CS and EXP, and your ADC maybe tilts too. If you were lower HP, I'd say it was fine, but you were high enough HP, I feel like you could have just gone straight back to lane, helped your ADC shove the wave in, and then back, right? Like, if you go straight back bot, you help your ADC shove in the wave and then back is probably a lot better than going back and leaving the wave like this. Because if Leona wants, she can just hard engage on your ADC at any point. Nice. Good job. Unlucky. The only thing I'll say about it is we just saw this sweeper go off here, so we know Kha'Zix is bot side. Yeah, you really couldn't have played it much better. I agree with throwing your root first. You want to throw your root to bait out her W so that you can hit the Q, because the Q does way more damage than the root. To be honest, actually, let's rewatch that, because I want to show you why I like pen boots, right? There's a chance if you had pen boots here, you actually kill their ADC and your ADC lives. If you didn't have boots mobility. Your ADC probably dies either way, but honestly, it would have been close. Your ADC might have lived if you had pen boots because of the extra damage, but probably not. But we'll see. You do seem to be roaming a lot, though, so that's good when you get pen boots. You can't spend too much time here because your ADC is going to get dove. Like, even going top lane in general was a bit throw because your ADC legit cannot 1v2 this lane. She has exhaust up, though, so it's probably fine. And their Leona doesn't seem to want to be diving, so it's working out. Man, you're smurfed in this game. How do you lose? Good job. All I want to say here is Leona's not level 6 yet. So if possible, you see Kha'Zix mid. If possible, you have flash up and she does not. You should be timing flash timer, so I'm assuming you should know that she has no flash. This is a perfect time where before Leona gets ulti, you want to look to just engage on their ADC with an ulti. Like right now, you put your passive up. Like right now, instead of throwing your root there, all you had to do... Oh, your stealth's not up. Yeah, never mind. When your stealth's up, all you have to do is hard engage before they hit 6. Like right now, you just need to be looking for an engage. Like I'm not even kidding. Right here, I would have just stealth and ultied on her right here. What's the counterplay? Right? You just lead with your ulti, and if she walls your ulti, then you wait for the ulti still hits, and then you wait for the W to end, and then you combo her. And if the ulti hits and she doesn't W, then you quickly throw EQ before she can circle thingy. And your guys have both level 6 and they don't, so this is a good time to engage, especially because you see Kha'Zix mid, and you should be instantly ulting that. I don't know why you didn't. You had to blow your flash because you didn't ulti right away. You wouldn't have had to flash if you had not. That was just a free kill if you just ulti right away. As soon as it connects, like this is like all in, right? You should, like right now, I would have already been ultiing. I would have just W ulted at her and thrown a Q. To be honest, I wouldn't have even thrown your Q. You threw the Q, but she could have spell shielded the Q and you would have lost it. Like when you hit that root, you should have just gone in with ulti and waited for her to be stunned to throw the Q so she can't block the Q damage. But it worked out either way. But I think if you played it better, you wouldn't have had to waste your flash. Even if Leona's level 6, by the way, you just win that if you hit a root like that on her. You should move it maybe towards your jungler. No, he's not going. It's fine. Do you not have wards? Why'd you walk up there and just leave? You don't. I see. Do the viewers send you? Yes. Biomedics use the channel points to get a VOD review. Nice, that's a mid-flash timer. Shirelia's, I'm liking it. I've recently been going 3 points E at 3 points Q into E max, but this is fine, especially into a champion who can spell shield. It's not bad. See, again, the only thing I would say bad there is you're throwing your Q, but you never want to throw your Q is where most of your damage is. Never throw your Q until she used her W. So you play it pretty well, but if she spell shields your Q, she might have been able to turn it, to be honest. So right here, you're throwing a Q. You should wait until the ulti stun lands. When she's stunned from ulti, she can't use her spell shield, right? So like, what happens if she spell shields this thing, right? That's 250 damage, right? Also, she ended up dashing, and you didn't get the bounces, where if you waited for the ulti to hit, you would have got bounces too. I mean, I doubt she would have turned it if she'd spell shield your Q, based on the looks of it, but I'm just saying, you should get in the habit of not throwing your Q until her wall's down. And if she doesn't ever use her wall, then you just don't ever Q. The hell? Yo, can you guys still see me? Is the stream still live? Yes? Okay, I got an error message in my OBS. That was weird. You should just get in the habit of... It's so educated, it's smarter for just listening. You should never get in the habit of never throwing your Q until her spell shield is down, because that's where a majority of your damage is. And you should be waiting till your ulti stuns and then throw it on that. Because if you don't ever Q and she just doesn't win wall, then that means your ADC can auto attack her, right? And if she does win wall, that means you can hit your Q. But if you throw your Q, that means she's going to block the Q, so you don't get any of that damage, and your ADC can't auto. So it's better to just hold your Q until after she uses her win wall thingy. It's fine to throw your E, because if she win walls your E, that's like only 136 damage compared to 262 plus the bouncing. Stop taking every kill? Nah, it's fine. NEEKO's fine with kills. But you do kind of have all the kills, so you do have to play well. You should just... Thing is, Kha'Zix is here. She has flash up too. She played that well. There's probably a better way we could have played it, but I probably would have done the same thing. It's hard because the thing is she has flash up, and we know she has flash up, so you have to walk in front of her so she can't flash this way. But then you're leaving this gap opening. I'd say if she didn't have flash, try not to like walk so far forwards because she can only go dash towards enemies. But because she has flash up, it's kind of hard to play this. You probably should have thrown your root at her though, at the bare minimum, as you ultied there. And you probably get her wind wall out for free, and if you don't, you root her and hit her, right? So that's the only thing I'd say you could have done better, is you should have tried to throw your root at her at the end of the ulti cast there to lock her in place, but to be honest, I don't do that all the time because I'm bad. Okay, so let's see. Dragon is down. Your ADC has no cleanse, no flash. I was going to say you could think about going towards this, especially because their jungler is there, but your mid laner is dead, and your ADC has no sums, so probably can't. How many kills? 6, 2, and 3. scary. Just gotta walk a safer path. You kind of just have to back here. You wait. I don't think you back all the way there, because if you back here, your mid laner, your ADC may get dove. I think you stand right here and back like right here, because then their bot lane can't dive because they see you and your Vayne can farm. And if they try to dive your Vayne, you can cancel the back and hit them. I feel like backing over here. I guess you're maybe scared of Kha'Zix, which is fair. Your ADC should just be leaving then though, because she has no sums and she has cleanse now. Maybe she can survive. Oh well, it doesn't matter. What are you gonna do? What elo is this? Diamond 1. I'm not a fan. You got the cloth armor and then built Phoenix Codex. I feel like you should have. I usually like Phoenix over the other thing better too because it gives more AP. But I feel like you should have got the Seekers and a Stopwatch. Stopwatch is just so good, man. When they have a Samira and they have a Kha'Zix, I don't know. I feel like not taking Stopwatch here might end up being a mistake. We'll have to see.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
We see Kha'Zix top side. To be honest, all you need to do here is you send your W into this bush and walk over and place a ward over the wall here, and you should be grouping with your team. You don't really get any other than EXP. Your Vayne doesn't need you here right now, so you're not doing anything. All you need to do is check this bush for her and place a ward there, and you should be grouping up with your team because most likely Samira and Leona are going to be roaming somewhere trying to make a play, and you want to be a part of it. So this is like wasting your time almost, it feels like to me, where you should just be like walking up, putting a ward here, and beelining towards your team. Maybe even fighting for this topside scuttle that's about to spawn or something like that. Oh, awesome turtle. I like you holding the flank. Oh, nice. You don't have the damage, though. I know I keep saying it. I know you got a lot of work done with the... you got a lot of work done with the boots mobility. But I feel like you can do almost... I feel like the move speed is a tad bit overrated, to be honest. I used to do it all last season, but like... How close do you get to killing this guy? Nah, he wouldn't have died. Yeah, if you ignited him, actually, for an extra 230 damage, you might have killed him with... If you ignite him and you go Pen Boots, you might have actually killed him. Pen Boots adds about 250 damage to your 2-item spike. You're almost at a 2-item spike right now. You might have killed him if you had Pen Boots and you ignited. Also, I don't know... I like the fact that you... pushed him out, but I'm not sure if it's the right call. Let's back up for a second and take a look at this again. I like the fact that you sat here to guard, but I think when Leona goes in on your ADC here, I feel like the correct play is maybe even root this guy. I feel like you need to be getting an ulti over here. Like, you need to make sure this Samira doesn't go ape crap all over everyone. I feel like this was not the correct play. Like, right? You could have been coming in on this play and ulting this. It ends up working out. It was okay. It's hard to know what was the right play. I feel like, though, since you don't have Pen Boots and you can't kill this guy solo, at worst you should have rooted him and then used your Shirelia's W and ulted over here. Would have been maybe the best play. But I don't know. If you had Pen Boots, maybe you could have killed him, but you don't. And you did a lot of work with the other boots, so it's fine. But I do like the fact that you were sitting here. I just don't like the fact that they engaged a fight here and you chose to go in on the Kha'Zix. I feel like you could have got more value going somewhere else. Yikes, what's going on here? You're just trying to clean up your teammate who inted. You might have to give up this dragon now.
Nice try, but no Nico.
One sec. I'm just thinking about what item you're gonna build next versus this comp. You don't necessarily need Banshees if you're playing smart around Lux. So you can go Void. Actually, probably you're just going Morello's next. You go Banshees. Banshees is okay. But I think Morello's is the correct play because no one on your team has anti-heal yet. And Lee Sin has a ton of healing. Kha'Zix has a bit of healing. And Samira with Shield Bow and her ulti is a ton of healing too. I feel like you probably should have gone for Morello's here, but it's a tough call. Banshees isn't terrible, but I feel like you don't necessarily need Banshees with just Lux. But then I say that and you get one shot by Lux, so. But you probably get one shot by her even with Banshees, to be honest. Yeah, you just have to give this. There's no point trying to fight. Echo's up here clearing camps. You have no vision. To be honest, during this time, it's hard for you to know, but you should have known that you can't fight for this after you and Vayne died. And you should have been going straight top side and getting vision of this side of the jungle. Because if you can't play for this objective, then you should be going here and pressuring the top tower, mid tower, getting vision up here. So that you can, after they take the dragon, you can reset and then you can play towards top side and you have all this top side vision. But you spent the whole time playing around the dragon. To be honest, I would do the same thing most games, but if we're being critical on ourselves, you knew you were giving the dragon. So if you know you're giving the dragon, you should be looking to get advantages somewhere else. So you should have been getting vision top side of the map where you know the enemy isn't. See this? See that? I used to actually, against Kha'Zix specifically, last season I always ran Shirelias. But whenever I faced a Kha'Zix, I used to get boots of mobility Swifties because freaking Kha'Zix, his W does a 90% slow if you're isolated. When you get 90% slowed with boots of mobility and you just lose boots of mobility, it's the worst feeling in the world. Holy crap. Like, look at this. You pop your Shirelias and you don't even move. Look at this. This isn't even an isolated one. This was just a 60% slow. Imagine if it was the 90 because you're not isolated. And you just popped. This is 60% slow with you popping Shirelias. And you're like moving like normal move speed. It's kind of troll. I don't like that. Not just because it didn't work out, but like at this point in the game, you're the most fed player and it's your job to carry. This is why I'm saying it would have been really good if you got topside vision, because you don't want to be sitting in vision as NEEKO support as much as possible. And instead of sitting in vision here, I feel like you want to be coming in a flank somewhere and trying to hide and come from behind and hit a big ulti compared to just sitting in vision. Right? Like, even with J4 here, honestly, I think the best play, even though it seems odd and you're looking at this Lux, it's hard. It's hard to say, but it's really awkward. I don't know what the correct play is here to do. I think you played it best you could at the moment. The problem is your team doesn't have wave clear either, and Echo wasn't there. But you want to be trying to find flanks. Good Zhonya's. It's working out. I think you played it fine in the moment, but I don't think you should have been sitting there anyways. Once you knew the tower was going down, I feel like you would have been better to split up with J4 here. I think would have been the best call, personally. It's hard to know, though, how the game would turn out, but I feel like here, when J4 is here, you know this tower is going down. There's no point of you even standing here to contest it. Echo's not here. Vayne's not here. I feel like the best thing is your Kayle moves back to tower. Vayne comes in, moves to tower. Echo's coming. And I feel like here you should be pulling off and chilling over here with J4. And if they continue to push and you and J4 come from behind and you use your flash ulti to hit a big ulti, could have been a game-winning ult. I just feel like right here, what's the win con of you staying under tower here? It's obviously hindsight after I just watched what happened, but like legit, what's the win con? Like you're giving up this tower. So you're either sitting here to wave clear, which is fair, but like I feel like you should be sitting in the flank and coming from behind. There's a good reaction flash though and turn on to Lux. One thing I've been trying to get better at is you want to always just try to stick with your jungler as a support, right? Your jungler keeps you safe. If you're by yourself, Kha'Zix is going to jump on you, right? But if you just chill with J4, there's not really anyone here who can really mess with you guys. Like, you being freaking 7-3, even though J4 is not doing that well, he's tanky. If you're just chilling with J4 and trying to flank with him, you're going to do a lot better, I think, than trying to frontline, especially with Boots mobility. the boots of mobility playstyle is you never want to be in vision of the enemy. Like when you're going the pen boots like I go, it's okay to be in vision, but when you're got boots of mobility, you're gonna be doing less damage. So the benefit you get is your mobility of walking around. So you just want to be chilling out of vision as much as possible. You don't want to be in vision ever if you can help it. The thing that sucks with this comp is you don't have much wave clear, so it's kind of forcing you in a way to have to. I think that was a really bad ward. That's 75 gold that you place to give the enemy 30 gold. Like, they don't even have to sweep it. They're just going to walk in and place a freaking... walk in and kill it. You just put a regular ward here. I don't see the point of putting a control ward there. Like, you could have had your control ward to place right here and kill their ward and put a regular ward there. And you could have had, like, a regular ward here, a regular ward here, and a regular ward here, right? And make a vision line. Oh, God, man. You could have had a vision line like this. Right, a nice little vision line like this, and put a control ward here, so you have the inner side safe. But your control ward's getting like negative value right now, because if they walk by it, they'll just kill it without having to sweep. And it costed you gold, and you can't use it to take control of other areas in the map. See, I like this. This is good. See how you're coming from a flank angle? That's good stuff. Instead of coming from in vision, like you were before. I know it's different because you're on the attack right now, and before you were on the defense, but you almost want to be thinking about yourself on defense like you're on attack. And not be sitting in vision under the tower. You want to be sitting out of vision looking for an attack angle. Like, for instance, right now you have ulti up. You're looking like you want to walk in here. Right? And it's not a bad idea. But I would almost say you have boots of mobility. The point of boots of mobility is like if you had pen boots and CDR boots, fine. Right? This is fine to walk this way. But you went boots of mobility. So I feel like almost going over here to this side, right? And trying to like sneak. And if Kha'Zix jumps in on your ADC, you're over here to peel. And you're stopping pressure from coming here on this side of the map. And you can maybe find like a flank angle. Just walking in like this, right? They all see you. You're not going to hit anything. I don't know. It's hard to say here again. It's so fast. It's hard to know, but like... I just feel like you don't want to be just running at the enemy in vision. You want to be using your boots of mobility to reposition. Like, even here, it's fine that you came in this way, but even here, again, you're running at the enemy straight face first. I mean, it's okay at this point, but after you get vision here, I feel like you should be positioning down this way or something. I mean, there's no dragon spawn, so never mind what I just said. If there's a dragon spawn, it'd be good, but you guys are kind of just A-ramming for no reason, to be honest. Yeah. To be honest, a lot of this was your fault. Hello, it's on this channel. Someone who just tried NEEKO and ended up falling in love with her style has made me actually enjoy League. I'm happy for you. I mean, you guys didn't have your Kale. Your Kale is scaling, right? Who even outscales this game? You have a Vayne, Echo, and Kale with a frontline engaged champ. Versus, like, Lee Sin falls off. Kha'Zix debatably falls off, especially versus a Kale ult. Lux doesn't really fall off, but she's not going to, like, again, be able to do that much. You have a healer to heal her poke and ulti. Samira falls off. And you're forcing a fight with Kale not there when you should just be stalling at this point. And this fight, I think, lost you the game, to be honest. Right? So, like, if you were playing, like I was saying, where you're looking to, like, play back and just find flanks instead of run at the enemy. Right? Like, this is just, like, forcing. I mean, to be honest, it was more the Vayne. Perma flame each other. I believe it. To be honest, it was more the Vayne's fault for tumbling in. But you're still looking for a fight here when there's no fight you should be looking for because your Kale is scaling and farming. And there's no dragon up. Literally, the objective is top side. Again, you should be getting a vision line around the top side. Again, that vision line I pointed out, like here, 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 warding it. Or even just like a ward here and a ward here. Right? Something like you should be getting vision around the Baron. Because Dragon's not even up for another 2 minutes. But instead, you're forcing a fight here. And I think this fight lost you the game, to be honest. It's Vayne's fault more than yours. But at the same time, you were running forwards. You were stealthing forwards. You were looking for roots in an area where you had no business fighting. And I think you lost the game here, to be honest. I think, to be honest, this game was carry. Like, everyone on your team was doing bad. You had to carry. I think this fight here, you not going for the flank, was a big throw. Because if you hit a big ulti here, rather than using your ulti to just dodge a spell and hit Lux, right? Could have been a big fight. And this was another throw. So I think kind of through those last two fights yourself. to be honest. But to be honest, you Omega Smurf the early game. You should just insta recall now. After you place your wards here, right? You just placed your wards. And Dragon spawns in 50 seconds. So you should just be backing to get more wards and then come back. And then you have these wards helping you. I'm unsure. It's something I always think about. I feel like when you place wards like this deep, when your idea is you're going to be recalling and coming back, is it good to get deep wards like this? Because realistically, you're just going to be backing right now, right? You're going to back and come back, and their team's going to probably push past this ward line, at which point you're going to be standing here trying to bully your way into this area, and these wards aren't going to do anything for you other than like one good TP ward for a champ who's not going to use it. So like, do these deep wards do anything? Thank you for the Twitch Prime, Bri. Do these wards do anything for you when right now you're about to back and then come back? If they push past these wards, they're going to be sitting here and finding you for vision here. I do the same thing all the time. It's something I've been thinking about recently. I don't know if it's good to go for deep wards. I think here, it's actually better to just put like a ward here, like a ward here, and a ward like here or something. Or even like just more shallow, right? Like a ward here, here, and here. And yes, their team's going to come in and probably sweep it. But I feel like it's still more valuable wards than these wards, but we'll see. You should be backing though. Even as this is happening, you should just be backing. If they win this, you just need to go get more wards and vision. Right? You're wasting your time. You had 50 seconds to back and get wards and come back with a full set of wards, and you're not doing that right now. It looks like it's okay. He's got a pick, and their Kha'Zix is top though, so it should be free. Oh, should look what encirclement is? What's that? What's encirclement? Are you talking about the idea of like flanking from behind? Encircling them? I'm just saying when you have the boots of mobility, you should really be playing like... You played the early game correctly for how you should be playing with boots of mobility. Perma roaming, getting advantages to your team. But for the most part, you're playing the team fights as if you have like pen boots or CDR boots. Like you should be looking to just be like not standing on top of your team. Oh no. I don't know what just happened. I don't even want to watch, honestly. Screw this.
Shut down.
Let's see what happens in this last team fight. Watch out. Yeah. About surround the enemies to have no escape? Yes. You're trying to engage on their tank. Again, you're just playing too much in their face instead of flanking, right? Like, here... I would have loved to see you clear this ward, get a ward of the wall, sweep, and even chill like in this bush or something, or just chill, wait for them to push past. Like you need to find an ulti on their backline. Preferably you want to hit your ulti, probably on the Lux is someone you can one-shot. I don't know, you need to be hitting big ultis, not running out and engaging on a Leona, but I don't know, at this point the game's over now for sure. I mean, Kappa. I don't know. Try to find angles for big ults, not just single target picks. And don't engage on Leona. It would have been fine if that was like Lux or Samira. Maybe even Lee or Kha'Zix. Oh well, man. I hope it helped, man. This is the highest ELO VOD review I think I've ever done. Diamond 1 NEEKO VOD. The FF as 4, I press no. True. Definitely your early game, though. I think in lane, you were playing way too safe into this lane. I think you should have had exhaust. I think you played good early. Your roams and stuff were good early. I think in team fights, you're just playing too much front to back, where you should be playing more as an assassin from the back. Zyra brand makes, I pick up NEEKO at the beginning of the season. Yeah, you're playing NEEKO like a brand in Zyra, though. Brand Zyra want to stick in a ball with their team and throw spells at them as they come at you. If you go spell pen version of NEEKO, you can play like that because you can one-shot. But when you're going boots of mobility, the playstyle is you're trying to sit in flanks and come from behind and hit big ultis on the backside is like the main play style. So if you're going to keep going boots of mobility, which is fine if you want to, there's other high elo NEEKO support mains who one trick it with only boots of mobility. I ran only boots of mobility pretty much all last season too. It's fine, but you just need to fix your play style a bit, I think. Thanks for the help. No, man, thanks for redeeming the VOD review. That means you've been watching for a long time and pogging out.